What it do, squad? It's your boy Geek Samurai coming to you back with another video, man. Now, in this video, I just want to let y'all know that I just came back from watching Spider-Man Far From Home. And man, I give this video straight fire. This movie is straight fire, man. Let me tell you. I mean, this movie was hot from start to finish. I love the chemistry between every character that was in this movie. From Samuel Jackson to Maria Hill to freaking Jake Gyllenhaal as Quentin Beck to Peter Parker, Tom Holland. He knocked it out the park again. To my girl Zendaya, I don't care how you pronounce it. This girl is on fire right now, man. This should be her year for 2019, bro. At least 2019 going into 2020. Because her as a young up-and-coming actress, she steals the scene of the movie every single time, bro. Every time. I love her in a Euphoria right now, and now she's killing on the big screen as well, man. Give this girl, I want her to get an Oscar, man. If not this year, then next year, because she still has a lot to show and a lot to prove, but I'm telling you, she's killing it right now. So from the beginning of this movie, man, I love the fact that, you know, Tom Holland, a.k.a. Peter Parker, he's introducing himself. I guess he's moving on with his life. It's been 5 years now since the death of Tony Stark, since they saved everybody from Thanos, since Endgame. It's been 5 years. And they call it the blip. So, you know, what the blip is that, what is described in the movie is that kids who were dusted, when they came back, they were still the same age. But the kids who weren't dusted, the other half of the humans that weren't dusted, because, you know, half of humanity was wiped out when Thanos snapped his finger. So those kids that were wiped out, they came back the same age. Some were snapped, when they got snapped, some were like 13 years old. So they come back 13 years old. But their friends that didn't get snapped, they were 13. Okay, so 5 years from now, you know what I'm saying? 13, 18, when they grow up, they're like 18, 19 years old. And these kids come back, they're still 16 who get redusted or who comes back to life. So their friends are growing up and they got muscles, or they got, you know, more hair on their head for the boys, and start to see hair on the chin, start to see hair on the freaking mustache and everything. Some of the girls, they start coming back with bodies. When they were younger, they didn't have bodies, but those who got dusted, when they come out, they see that their friends have all grown up. So that was being broadcast. They showed like a little, you know, memoriam for those who have died in the high school. The high school had like their own channel. So they showed like a little memoriam for those who have fallen, like Vision, Tony Stark, Captain America, which he didn't die. If you watch Endgame, he actually got old when he came back. He came back as an old Captain America, and he passed on the shield to Sam Wilson. But we see that, you know, the high school, Midtown High of Queens, they were showing a little video of those who had passed on and thanking the heroes for saving them and everything like that. So then we see, you know, we find out now that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, him and his Aunt May, she has like her own healthcare, you know, community center that she has where people who need a roof over their head or need something to eat. She has her own community center within, you know, the city of Queens, you know. She has that place where everybody could come and get something to eat, get a roof over their head, or put, you know, food on the table for them to eat, or let them go to sleep, you know, if they don't have a bed or anything like that. So we see her and Peter Parker in his full Iron Spider suit, you know. Just want to say thank you for allowing us to open up this community center. We've opened up this community center for those in need, those who need help. And with Spider-Man's help, he's our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's been giving so much to the community by saving us. We want to be able to, you know, introduce him as well as open up this center for you guys. So, you know, it was a little awkward between Aunt May and Peter Parker. She felt like she was in the groove introducing the community center, and when she finally introduced Peter Parker or Spider-Man, he's all stiff and shy and, oh, thank you guys. Thank you. I love you all. This is your friend named Spider-Man. And then he just backs away from the mic, and then Aunt May, you know, says, okay, stay back later, guys. Spider-Man's going to shake hands and take photos. So we see them leave the stage. They go backstage. I guess they were just regrouping because they have to go right back out again. Here comes Happy Hogan. Jon Favreau's ass. He finally comes through. He gives them, oh, you guys must have left this in the office. There's a big check that goes out to the community center. We want you to present it. So I thought that maybe you guys have forgotten it. And then he has this love relationship between Aunt May and him. And you see Peter Parker in the middle, just like, what's going on right now? He's complimenting her on her dress. She said, oh, I like your beard. Yeah, it's after the blip beard. You know what I'm saying? After the blip. When everybody came back, I got my blip. I got my beard. I thought I'd try something new. So it's like a fling going on between them. And Peter Parker's like, what's happening right now? I don't know what's going on. So it was good to see that little love interest go sparking between them. So after this, May goes back out. She's going to talking about where they can go for Peter Parker to take his photos and shake hands. Peter Parker goes back out. Well, first he talks to Happy. Nick Fury's calling Peter Parker. Nick Fury's back. S.H.I.E.L.D. is back. Maria Hill is back. They all trying to regroup. It's been 5 years. So now they have like a little base set up of operation, not only in America, but around the world, like in Europe and stuff like that. So we see that Peter Parker's phone keep going off, and Happy's telling Peter, that's Nick Fury. Answer the phone. And he's like, I can't right now. I got to go back out and shake people's hand, take photos. I got to take selfies. What you mean? So Happy's like, you can't ghost Nick Fury. Don't ghost Nick Fury. So Peter clicks on Nick Fury. He ghosts him. So Fury calls Happy Hogan. And he's warned Peter Parker, next time, do not ghost Nick Fury because I don't want to speak to him when you do not answer. So Peter puts on back his Iron Spider mask, you know, with a nanotech. And he goes back out there and he's shaking the hands and everything and greeting the people. And Happy cuts away from the scene, answering the phone for Nick Fury. So now we see Peter is finally back in school. He's finally back in school. And now they're about to go on a trip to Europe. They're going to Italy, Venice, Italy. It's like a European tour trip that they're going on, the whole class trip. I guess right now, Peter Parker, he might be in his sophomore year because Homecoming was probably his freshman year. So this is like his sophomore year, maybe his junior year in high school because he's like 16 now. So that's probably sophomore year. Yeah, 16 going 17. That's sophomore, junior year. So now they're going on a class trip. They're going to Europe. He's going to be far from home, far from Queens. And he's excited. He's talking to Ned, telling him exactly what he's going to do. Like, yo, I'm really like MJ. This is what I want to do. I want to ask her a question. I want to buy her this necklace, the Black Dahlia, because from the murder, I guess she likes that movie. That's one of her favorite movies or whatever. So I'm going to get her a necklace, and I'm going to take her up. We're going to go to Paris. I'm going to take her up on the Eiffel Tower, and I'm going to kiss her, and I'm going to ask her out. He had this whole thing planned. And Ned's like, come on, bro. What do you mean, bro? We supposed to be gigolo. We supposed to be bachelors going to Europe. All the European women, they love America. They love Americans. So Ned had one plan, Peter Parker had another plan. So now we see that Peter Parker, I like this part because now he's going back home. He's packing up his bag. He just keeps getting in his mind, even Happy and throughout the whole movie, he's like, yo, that question, yo, who's going to be the next Iron Man? That's going through all Peter Parker's mind. He's going away on a class trip. This dude don't want to be nowhere near anything with as far as hero work, heroism. He doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He wants to leave his suit. He wants to go on his trip. So Aunt May's remind him, take your suit, go on this trip. Tony Stark, you never know what's going to happen. Tony Stark will want you to always be ready because Tony Stark is always ready with his nanotech, with his suit. No matter if his suit's in a suitcase or if it's on his watch and it bleeds out, Tony Stark is always ready. So bring your suit, Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, he goes on a trip. Everybody's on the plane, and he's sitting with his bro, Ned. And you see, I guess, another high school hunk who didn't get dusted. He finally grows up. It's been 5 years from that time. He's finally grown up. I think his name is Brad. He has a love interest for MJ as well. And it's like a love triangle between them on this trip. Brad is trying to impress MJ. Peter's trying to get a chance to sit next to her and be with her because Brad is the more jockey. He's the more aggressive person. And Peter's always shy and bashful, which I enjoy. I like that kind of Peter Parker where he's in high school. He's awkward. He's shy. He doesn't know what to do, where to go. He don't know what's going on. So I like that about Peter Parker. So after this whole trip, he's just trying to get close to MJ. He's trying to, ask her out, kiss her. That's his main objective. And I like that. So now we get to a part where they finally land, on the plane. Peter Parker never got an actual opportunity to sit with her. He actually sat with one of his teachers or whatever. And his teacher's a nerd. His teacher is like, oh, I cannot wait to take you to the museum. We're going to see art. We're going to do, and he's talking about, I know, Peter, you don't want to sit there because of the woman on the plane. You're allergic to the perfume. Come sit by me. Ned, you sit by this other girl. I think it's Becky or Betty or something like that. He sits with another classmate, and they actually hook up and finally become boyfriend and girlfriend when the plane lands. And then it was MJ that actually ends up sitting with Brad. So they end up sitting together, and they're watching movies, laughing, and having a good time. And that was Peter Parker's plan. He wanted to watch movies with her throughout the whole plane ride. It didn't happen. He ended up sitting with the teacher. Teacher falling asleep on his shoulder, and it was just an awkward plane ride all the way to Europe. So they finally get to Vienna, Italy. They on a water boat. They pull up to the hotel. Everything is good except for the hotel is run down, but that's where they're just staying until they go probably to another country, maybe London or Paris. But that's the hotel that they're staying while they're in Italy. So the plan was by 3 p.m. that evening, they were supposed to go out to the museum or whatever and start the tour, start the European tour. They're finally there. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, we see that they went out to the museum for a little bit. You know, things wasn't working out. Peter Parker's still trying to give it MJ. He's asking Ned for advice or whatever. Ned's still, oh, I can't give you no advice, man. I'm with this girl now. We hooked up on the plane. That's it. And for the fact that he did that, Peter's now on his own. He don't know what to do. He's still trying to figure out, how am I going to get this girl? So he goes into the town before they go to the museum. He finally finds a store where he can get the Black Dahlia. So he puts it in like a little can that I guess he stuffs tissue in it, puts it in the can, closes the lid, and he's like, yo, I'm going to give it to her. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. So they finally get back to the hotel. They finally change their clothes. They're going to the museum or whatever. And then all of a sudden in the hotel room, Ned comes in and starts talking about, oh, I know you like MJ. I remember when I had my first crush. I remember when I had my first love. And all you see is a tranquilizer dart going to Ned. And his fat ass falls on the ground and he's just sleeping. He's about to start snoring in the next 2 minutes. So all you see now is, oh, finally nice to meet you. That's all you hear. All you hear is, finally great to meet you, Spider-Man. And it's Nick Fury's ass while Peter Parker's trying to get ready to go out. All you see is Nick Fury talking to Peter Parker. People banging on the door. It's nighttime or whatever. I guess they came back from the museum. People banging on the door or whatever, trying to act like, yo, Nick Fury's trying to give, this is Avenger Nick Fury now. He's trying to give Peter Parker a rundown. What's going on? Around the world, we have these elementals that's attacking, destroying cities, destroying countries. We need you, Spider-Man. And every time Nick Fury's trying to get through the damn briefing, people knocking on the door, interrupting. And he's like, the next person that knocks on the door, I'm going to shoot them. And then Peter's like, oh, I'm fine. Ned's sleeping. His girlfriend comes to visit. Ned's sleeping. The teacher comes to visit. Everybody in, I'm just doing my rounds or whatever. Everybody's good. They sleep. So Fury picks up his little device. The briefing's done. He tells Peter Parker, suit up. And Peter Parker don't have no say in the matter. He can't go to sleep or whatever. They need to go to the I guess the SHIELD headquarters that they have. It's underneath all of Italy. They have their own private SHIELD headquarters. This is where he meets Maria Hill again. You know, of course, Nick Fury brought him there. Then he meets Dimitri, which is like, I guess, an assassin who helps out Nick Fury. And any command or orders that Nick Fury issues out, Dimitri goes and handles that business and murks or take out them people. So this is where he finally meets Quentin Beck, who is Mysterio. They got the globe helmet and everything. I love it. I love that fishbowl, man. Mysterio's outfit was amazing. Jake Gyllenhaal did a fantastic job playing the villain, man. The illusions that he did was so compelling. The lies that he told, talking about he's from a multiverse and everything like that. He had like his own little squad. And he had like these drones, and his plan all along was to get the glasses that Tony left Peter Parker. Now, Tony left some glasses for Peter Parker, and it's called Edith. And the acronym for that is, even in death, I am still the hero. I love Tony Stark, man. He thinks like 4 steps ahead before he does anything. That's a perfect acronym to call Edith. She's like an artificial intelligence system, defensive system. Yeah. So she was given to Peter Parker so that Peter Parker will always have help whenever he's in trouble. You know what I mean? He could summon drones who have missiles and guns on the drones to assassinate all of his enemies. I don't know why Tony would want to kill his enemies. You know, Iron Man's not supposed to kill. But these drones are supposed to be an emergency. So this is Quentin Beck's plan throughout the whole movie. To befriend and become the superhero like Iron Man so he could freaking take those glasses from Peter Parker, earn Peter Parker's trust, which he does, because they go to a bar and they get a couple of drinks or whatever. In this movie, Peter Parker's 16, he's not 21, so he can only drink lemonade, and Quentin Beck is just chugging down, maybe like a couple of beers or whatever, earning Peter Parker's trust, which he does, because now finally, Peter Parker finally gets him to, I don't want to be the next Iron Man. You are the perfect superhero. You already got Nick Fury's trust. You already got the suit, and you can fly and do all of these heroic things. You're older than me. I just want to be a kid. Let Tony Stark, I want you to take over Tony Stark's mantle. Here's the glasses. Now, before even they go to the bar or whatever, I like the fact that Peter Parker, for his first, for his first assassination, he wanted to take out Brad, because Brad kind of saw Peter Parker with another agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., who was a S.H.I.E.L.D. from Europe. She was like, oh, I made you a custom suit because Nick Fury told me that you didn't want to stand out with your colors of Spider-Man. You wanted to be something else. So she created a stealth suit, and all she says, drop your clothes, take off your clothes. He finally tried to take off his clothes. He felt kind of awkward, but she's seen it all. She's an agent, either she's a double agent or she's a very badass agent. She's seen it all. So she's like, yo, take off your clothes. It's not like I didn't see it before. And here comes Brad all of a sudden. It looked like he's trying to go to the bathroom or something. Here comes Brad. And he takes a picture of Peter while he's butt naked, only in his underwears. And he's standing with the European agent. And in his mind, Brad took a quick picture, and he finally storms out of that room. Peter Parker puts on his clothes and runs after him. Like, yo, it's not what you think. Yeah, I think it is. It looks like he's trying to hook up with a European hooker. I'm going to tell MJ, because I know you like her, but I like her too, and it's not fair to her. So Peter's first order to Edith was to take out Brad, but I guess she misunderstood what Peter was trying to do. Peter just wanted to delete that photo from his phone, not assassinate him. So Peter, he's trying to like distract the whole class and the teachers. Oh, there's a ram goat on the hill. They all go to one side, and he jumps up out of the bus. A drone is right there about to assassinate Brad. He takes them out with his web shooters, takes out the drone, comes back in. But I want to talk about that moment, because I felt like that moment was very important, because Peter Parker finally got Edith, that artificial intelligence. He finally got the power to have the most dangerous drones and missiles at his disposal. And that's what Quentin Beck wants. So he finally got Peter Parker's approval, gets the glasses, confirms it, and now anytime he speaks or whatever, or gives a voice command, Edith will carry out anything he wanted to do. So now Peter Parker leaves the bar, and the whole bar is an illusion. Because before Quentin tried to get Peter Parker's approval, she showed Spider-Man that, yo, these elementals are real. I'm taking them out, and he's fighting them in live action danger. And the illusion looks so real. You see things around, even Peter Parker, he see things around him just getting destroyed. Things are burning. Like when that illusion of the elemental, the water, you see how all of Italy was getting buried. It looks so real. That's because Quentin Beck had a posse. He had a group of people who was either betrayed or disrespected by Tony Stark in the past. They work with Quentin Beck, because Quentin Beck was fired by Tony Stark. He called his illusion tech garbage, rubbish. It was like like it's a barf. It's horrible. It's terrible. I don't even want to push this tech. So Quentin Beck was always trying to get back at him. But Quentin Beck's main objective throughout this movie was to kill Nick Fury, now that Tony Stark is dead. But Spider-Man somehow got into that mix because Fury needed his help to take out the elemental. It's crazy right now. What are we going to do? So we finally see Quentin Beck's real objective with his posse. We have all these geeks and nerds that he helps with their vision and their creativity to make all these illusions come to pass. And man, the fight scene between Peter Parker and Mysterio at the end was spectacular, man. All the illusions felt so real. Even when Peter Parker finally get hit by the train. Oh, every scene from one illusion to the next, it felt so real. As the viewer, I felt like those illusions were so real. Even when MJ gets choked by Mysterio, I thought that he really captured her and took her. Oh my gosh. Because at this point when this battle's finally going on, we all know that MJ knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. She figures 67%, she was 67% right that Spider-Man was Peter Parker. from Homecoming in Washington. He was always missing. When he said was when Peter Parker or Spider-Man saved him in the elevator when it was coming down, Peter Parker wasn't in that elevator. So she always knew. And when she finally knew, that was another target. That's why Peter Parker doesn't want people to know who his identity is, because his friends, his family, his love interests, his girlfriends, whatever, they're always going to be in danger, no matter what. Aunt May, everybody. And it's good to see Happy Hogan come into the fold, too. He wasn't just a one-and-done cameo in the beginning of the movie. He comes back. Peter Parker, he's stranded. He don't know what to do. He's in a field of tulips somewhere after fighting that crazy battle with Mysterio. Here comes Happy Hogan with his Stark Industries jet. Now he has to rescue Peter Parker, trying to get him a new suit, and so that Peter Parker can get back into the fight. Man, I just love I love the twist, man, because you didn't know that Quentin Beck was gonna be an enemy. You thought that he was really from another planet, another multiverse, because that's how you go into the Spider-Verse and all of that. It was just a good Quentin Beck, Jake Gyllenhaal. Mysterio was a great villain, man. I love this villain, man, and he really brought it home. This movie's great. I want y'all to go see it, squad. I'm just going through some of the key points that I loved in this movie. I love the relationship between MJ and Peter Parker. I love Happy Hogan with Aunt May. I love freaking... it's good to see Nick Fury back with Maria Hill and S.H.I.E.L.D. and everybody. I love it, man. The fight scenes, it was action-packed, dude. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh, shit. I was going crazy, man. I'm not even a Spider-Man fan. I'm a Marvel head. I'm a Marvel nut. I'm a Marvel geek. So I'll watch anything that's in the MCU. That is straight fact. So I want y'all to go see this movie, man. I'm telling y'all straight up, this movie is straight fire. I love the ending. I'm gonna even spoil the ending. I'm sorry. If y'all don't want spoilers, don't even watch this joint, because this is a spoiler talk video, straight up. The ending was dope, man. To see J. Jonah Jameson coming back, it was so good. This is the same guy who played J. Jonah Jameson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. He came back into the MCU. He's now canon, y'all. He is now canon in the MCU, and I love that. He's the perfect J. Jonah Jameson. I don't want no other J. Jonah Jameson. That is him. I know that's the same actor who played in BVS. I think he was the Commissioner Gordon or something like that. That same actor. I forgot his name at the moment. But I love the fact that he came back. And at the end, when they showed the post-credit scene, yo, Quentin Beck put out a video, son, to sabotage Peter Parker, Spider-Man. And he said in the whole video, so the whole world could see that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Now the whole world knows that he's Peter Parker. And he's like, yo, what the... what a way to end that movie, man. This movie was fantastic. I loved it from start to finish. I just want to give y'all my spoiler talk, my full spoiler review. Go see this movie, support this movie. I think right now it made over 400 million already. And it's only Saturday. So it made over 400 million already in the box office. But I will give y'all another video at its total gross in the first weekend that it came out. I was going to go see this joint opening night, but I had to work. So I'm finally off and I got time to go see it. So squad, post in the comment section below. Let me know if you went to go see this movie. If you love this movie, if it's hot, if it's not. I thought it was hot. I thought it was straight fire. That's why I'm bringing y'all this full spoiler review movie reaction. Go see this movie, man. Tom Holland kills it again. Zendaya, I think she's the MVP of this freaking movie, man. Y'all know how I am about my female actors and actresses, man. This is female-led roles or whatever. Female are the future, man. Support these women. Go and watch this movie for Zendaya. She's having a killer year right now. Like, subscribe, share Geek Samurai, and until then, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.